Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. So I want to talk about Victory Column, how to upgrade it, when you should upgrade it before other buildings, the requirements, and a couple tips on how to get those requirements. So reason why people care about it is it was Evony's first kind of paywall. You couldn't get to K36 without Victory Column 1. It had certain requirements. We'll get to you could see those, but then you couldn't see the future requirements for like level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. You can only see them when you're at the previous level, or if you're fortunate enough that somebody shares them with you. There's a website out there, I'll show you it right now, that walks you through everything you need to do. But it was a paywall at 36 because if you didn't have Civ gear or like real maxed out dragons, you couldn't get to 36 because of the requirements of power. And that was before with the old levels of Monarch level that you could achieve. Now Monarch levels are higher and it is much easier. There's also more dragons available that you could put on your generals to bump them up. And then obviously people have more access to Civ gear. But when it first came out, lots of people struggled to get to level 36. And people were like, I think it was $200 you had to pay for a Civ gear back then for Cake 3. I think that's where it was. Or was it Cake 3? Cake 3? Cake 4? Whatever it was. You had to pay a bit of money to unlock that first Civ gear. And if you didn't, you're out of luck. So anyways, if you look at it, my upgrade requirements for level 10, I've made them at own 3 generals, 11 million, 18 epic generals ascending to star level 10. And earlier levels have things like specced out generals, like 6 of them, or have 3 at 5.8 million power, etc. So first I'll go through a little tip that you guys can do. This ain't like rocket science or anything, but what you can do, so if I'm going to look at my generals, I need 3 at 11 million. So what I can do here, I have 11.3 million on this guy. So this is 1 million power gear. That is 1.1 million. That's a 700,000. You can see the powers right here. So what I can do, I could take this off, remove it, and let's put on this one. You can see the power just dropped by 700,000. So that doesn't really help me, right? But what I can do, I can go to, let's say, this guy. And does he, not him, actually, that's a bad example. Right here. Let's remove that gear. Let's go all the way over here. And now we have a helmet that gave me 430,000. And you can see my power dropped 300,000. But I'm still over that 11 million. So what that does, that gives me another piece of gear that I can put on someone and gain more power. So I could add 300,000 to that general, subtract from this general. Pretty simple stuff, right? But lots of people don't do that. You could also do it with dragons. You can do it with these 5th specialties. They don't add too much, but hey, I've been there where you're like 20,000 power short or 40,000 power short, and you're just trying to figure it out and figure out what to do. So there are all sorts of different ways that you can approach it in getting to that next level. When should you do it? So I'm at the point now where really I should do it. I avoided doing it because I just didn't want to use that 30 billion, 20-something billion each resource to get to the next level. So I thought it was more important for me to get to K45 and unlock all of the troop types. But now I'm at the point where I'm going to do it. What I'm going to do first, though, I have a goal of... So you have to prioritize your goals. So my goal right here is a full march of all of these troop types at 16, and then I'm going to do it. For the 1%, the 1% all like attack, HP, defense on my generals, and then the 2% march speed. I just didn't think it outweighed what I could obtain otherwise, because I'm also kind of done military academies, so the research speed didn't help, and the construction, 10%, just so much speeds in the game. But all in all, I probably wasted lots of speed. I probably should have just done it, because now I'm going to do it, and it's like, oh, but then you didn't get all the full benefit. So I'm going to do it. I also have a feeling you're going to need it for K46 when that eventually comes. But my goal here, I have enough calves of what I want to do. My archers are almost there. My ground is, I need a bit more work on that. So I think by next speed up event, maybe even this one, I'll start it and then finish it in the next speed up event. That makes sense. Put the troops on hold since I'm almost exactly where I want to be. So now, how do you get there? So this is a really good website. It's evonyguidewiki.com. And you could see it'll walk you through all sorts of different stuff. Here's the buffs that you will obtain by getting it. So you can see the construction speed, etc. And it tells you all the way from level 1 to level 10. So you'll get 10% general basic attributes. I'm at 9%. I'm missing out on the 10% construction and research speed. So it goes up pretty steady. March reduction time is actually really good. I really do want that extra 2%. It makes a big difference. It doesn't sound like a lot, 2%. But hey, if I got a 300-second march, it's now going to be 6 seconds faster on both ways. So it does make a difference. And then you can go here. This is the one that people really want to know. What are the requirements for getting it? So these ones are the resources. That's really not what people are too interested in. It's this stuff. Okay, so Holy Palace 35, and then you need 2 5.8 generals above. The next one you need Holy Palace 36, 6 5.8. And then the next one got crazy for people. 3 max spec gens? That back in the day was so hard to do. There was no runestones available. Even when you spent money, it was really hard to get them. Much easier for you guys now. But anyways, that's all the stuff that you need. And there's actually some videos on here. And requirement, own some max specialties. Generals can be a purple general. So back in the day, you used to be able to max spec out purple generals for the Vic column. And it counted. So, and then they removed it actually, and it didn't. So right here, epic generals ascending to 10 stars. So let's test and see if that still matters. So own 35 or own 18, and I have 35. So what we're gonna do here, back in the day, there was also a glitch where in the Senate, you could ascend generals, and then you'd do purple ones. Evony accidentally released them. So I still got my purple ones here. You could see Miyamoto, 3 of them, Joan of Arc. They were for the Senate, but then Evony got sneaky and made them a mixed troop, and then it didn't work anymore. So I'm going to get rid of one of these. What am I going to get? 18 runestones. Wow. Thank you, Evony. So I'm going to get rid of them. And let's see if that changed the number to 34. Nope, still 35. So purples don't work anymore, sadly. I was actually keeping them for a long time, just wondering if in the future, maybe I'd need 200 of them or something, and that would get me a little bit closer. But now I know I can just delete them and get those 19 runestones and 8 million gold. Wow, I will be rich getting rid of 6 of those. Or I could get the fragments, which are useless. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Do you think we're going to need Vic 10 for 46 and then Vic 11 for 47 and all the way up? I have a feeling that it's actually going to be, you need Arch of Triumph, whatever level, and that is its own paywall, right? Because you need some qualifications in All-Star Battlefield, or you need Ideal Land, which right there is the ultimate paywall. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.